Hi there, welcome back to our kitchen. I'm Lauren, this is Emily. We're two of Festival's Mealtime Mentors, and today we're excited to share a plant-based vegetarian taco meat recipe.
Yes, we're making a really delicious taco meat dish with cauliflower, walnuts, a bunch of different yummy taco spices, and it's really delicious. I actually made this for my husband, and he couldn't even tell the difference. He enjoyed it, and after the fact, he found out that it was this taco meat and loved it. So
that's awesome. So don't discount the recipe yet. You have to try it. But yeah, let's get started.
Sounds good. So we're actually going to be using our blender for the majority of this recipe. We're just going to be adding some cauliflower. And we actually got a bunch of cauliflower florets from our fresh cut department. Just makes it a little bit easier, more convenient. You can also use a regular head of cauliflower and just cut them up yourself. All right, then we're going to be adding our walnuts. So just plain walnuts.
And we love using walnuts whenever we can, just because walnuts are a unique nut in that they're actually a source of omega-3 fatty acids, so those heart-healthy fats that aren't necessarily found in a lot of foods, but found in things like salmon, flaxseed, things like that. Sure.
Now on to our spices. We're actually going to be adding some chipotle in adobo sauce. You can find this in our ethnic foods aisle. And there are little peppers with a little bit of sauce on there. And what I like to do is, because these come in cans with a bunch of different peppers, I will actually freeze leftovers. So I'll put the peppers on a sheet of parchment paper with a little bit of sauce and stick them in the freezer until they're nice and hard, and then I'll remove them from the parchment paper and stick them in a Ziploc bag so I can make this recipe down the road without throwing any of the peppers away.
That's a great idea. I think that happens a lot with things you buy where a recipe only calls for a small amount and you don't know what to do with the rest, but that's a great idea. Then you don't have to waste anything, and then you can make the recipe again.
Definitely. All right, so then we're going to move on with our chili powder, a little bit of cumin, salt.
So these are very typical taco meat spices.
Yes, definitely. A little bit of garlic powder and cayenne, which is optional for a little bit of extra heat. And then finally, we'll add a little bit of lime juice, just a classic kind of Hispanic flavor. And tap this up. We're just going to pulse it. You could use a food processor as well. We're just looking for kind of a crumbly texture.
Just want to make sure that all those spices evenly coat the cauliflower and the walnuts.
Definitely.
It's good. So I'm going to grease our pan that we're going to be baking our meat on.
And I will give this to you.
Perfect. So we're going to just pour this out on our pan. Get some of this out of here.
Definitely. And we're going to pop this into the oven, and you kind of want to use a bigger pan because that'll help everything brown up and become more of a crumbly texture, which is really resembling the taco meat or your typical taco meat.
Yeah, and this could definitely pass for it. I mean, look at this looks just with all the different spices and everything. So I'm going to pop this in the oven. It's going to cook at 350 for about 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm. And about midway through, you're going to want to toss it. That'll just help everything brown up nice and evenly and make it a nice golden brown color. Now, what we do with this is you could serve it in tacos, you could serve it in burrito bowls, maybe even stick it into some quesadillas. And we really like to serve this taco meat with some of our pico de gallo from our fresh cut department, a really easy way to add some flavor. And we also like these holy guacamole mini cups. They're the perfect portion. You don't have any leftovers afterwards to worry about going brown on us.
Sure.
So really quick and convenient way to add some flavor.
I love it. I love that this taco meat is so versatile that really you can use it anything, and it is great for leftovers as well. So whether you want to bring it extras for lunch or use it later in the week, makes it super convenient.
All right, ready to dig in?
Yeah.
Yum, yum.
Oh, wow.
It has a really nice texture.
I like that it's a little spicy. I mean, it's got some heat to it, but just so much flavor, and I would never know that this is not meat.
Definitely.
Well, we hope you give this cauliflower meat recipe a try.
And for more recipes and resources from your mealtime mentors, visit fastfoods.com.